Hi everybody, Alex here from Expert Forex, and welcome to today's video. We are going to be talking about drawdown information and how to find it on FXBlue. Now, I've been on a working holiday for the last 8 weeks and I'm coming to the end of it. I've visited 4 continents in the process and it has been a working holiday. I've tried to make videos as I've gone along, and as you can see, the video quality has sometimes varied from place to place. But I'll soon be in my office. But in the meantime, I'm stuck in a hotel room and let's see how this goes. Now, as mentioned, we're going to be looking at drawdown specific to the FXBlue service. And I'm going to use our linking service, our link to success service, to show you a few examples of what you can do to find more information about drawdown. So let's go down on this page to the page which lists all the opportunities to link your account to successful strategies. And here we are on the particular page, and there's a whole list of accounts that you can link to. And what most traders do is they come and have a look at the monthly average gain percentage, because that is really what you want when you're investing. You want large monthly gains. So I'm going to click on that one and it sorts it in order of monthly gains. And then we're going to have a look at some of these accounts just to give you an idea of how you can gather more information about drawdowns, because FXBlue is particularly weak in that particular area. Okay, so let's take the first one that's come up. That's the 26% a month one. It's been going for 700 days. 26% a month grows considerably, and it has grown from 10,000 to 72,000. So what we look at is, oh, this looks like a great investment, but what were the drawdowns? Let's go and have a look at how we can find drawdown information. Now, those blue links there are the links you can click on, and I'm going to do just that. You click on the link and it will take you to the FXBlue analysis of that account. And here we are. Here's link 24. You can see it started with a bang and has since grown, but very slowly. So that's the first thing to look at, is maybe this is not a good investment because it's really grown very slowly. But the point of this video is to say, all right, let's find out what the drawdowns were involved in this particular account. So yeah, I go down here and it says the peak drawdown was 0.4%, and that is completely wrong. I don't know how FXBlue can justify such bad calculations. So anyway, let's go and have a look at how we can improve on that. So the first thing that I would do is I go into this menu item called Stats, click on that, and it brings up this page, and I then click on Charts, and I choose the floating profit and loss hourly chart, because that will give you an analysis of what the equity balances were on an hourly basis over the age of the account. And here you can see it started really rough, lots of drawdowns and things like that, huge drawdowns. That's 15%, that's almost 18%, and then slowly the settings got refined and refined to the point that they almost got over refined. And then in the last month or two, we have had horrendous market conditions again, and the drawdowns went almost to $9,000. So there's our first clue. This account can possibly have a drawdown of $9,000. It normally has a small one, but there are times when it can grow quite quickly. So there's number one way of finding some drawdown information. Even this information is not 100% correct. It does give you an idea what risk you are exposing yourself to. Now, the other one is a personal one that I use. It might not sound very scientific, but it does give me a feel of the exposure that I can have to drawdowns. And the way I do this is I go to Overview. As you can see, my computer thinks I'm still in Greece, but I'm actually not. And in the Overview section, you can go to Orders. And there are the open orders that are involved in this particular account. And here you can see that the drawdown currently is 453 pips. So that gives you already an idea of what kind of drawdowns you can expect to be exposed to. But what I want to do is what is the highest drawdown that's happened since the life of the account, and we then go to closed orders. And then what I normally do is I just simply click on pips and sort them in ascending order. That gives you an idea of the highest closed trade drawdown. So here we are, and it's almost 500 pips. So this account can run up a drawdown of 500 pips, or in this particular case, $1,200. So what that does, it gives me an idea of what kind of risks are involved. Now this is one that I personally use. I haven't mentioned it anywhere, but again, it's not a perfect method. It just gives me a feel of the exposure that you might have to this risk. But then what I also do is I look at the dates and I say, oh, look, this is an old drawdown. It was from 2023, and then I go down and look at the more recent ones. And there, the second one is more recent. It's in July this year. So this is a more meaningful figure, 400, but that's still quite a high number. What I also like doing is looking at the opposite side. What is the biggest gain that was recorded? And here's a gain of 603 pips, 500 pips, and so on. And again, we look at the more recent ones. Let's have a look if there are any recent ones. That's probably the most recent one, around about 500 pips. So those numbers, although they're not scientific, although there's no major formula, they give you an idea, and how you use them is you can compare those numbers with other accounts to see have they got bigger drawdowns or lower drawdowns. So let's do just that. So we go back to our list here. We've now looked at 24. Let's have a look at the next one, let's have a look at the next one, and here it is, and I'm going to click on that to have a look at what the profile is of that investment. And what happens here is you link your account to these particular trading accounts, and you basically are then copying any trades made on those particular accounts. Okay, so here we are. Here we see a much better chart. Look at the smooth chart going up. We notice that there's no floating loss. Now there might be a reason for that, because this account trades the franc yen, which is a very volatile currency at the moment, and this trader may have stood to one side and said, let's wait for the market to stabilize. But here you can see the beautiful chart that has come out, and again, it says peak drawdown 0, and now that's the biggest load of nonsense. Obviously you can't have no drawdown. So let's do the same thing and go and look at the hourly equity. And here we have the hourly. Now this is a lot more controlled. You can see it started out small drawdown there, small. These are very small drawdowns, $200 drawdowns, very small drawdowns, not bad at all. So this is the first indication of what kind of low risk is involved in this particular account. Very low risk. Okay, so let's move on to the other way of looking at it. So we go into overview, and we go into orders, and we go into closed orders, and we do the same thing. We sort it in ascending order, and again here we see really good control trading. The biggest loss made since this account has traded, and I think this one's gone for quite a long time, is 71 pips. So a lot of more controlled trading happening in this particular account. And let's do the opposite. We look at the pluses, and we see some nice pluses happening here, and all more or less recent results here. So you can compare the two. You can see the massive drawdowns in the first account, and now we see much more controlled drawdowns in the second account. And just out of interest, this account has been trading for 180 days, so well over 6 months. So, and that was the idea of this video, just to show you some alternative places that you can find drawdown information and assess the risk of the various accounts that you can link your account to. You can do this not only for the linking service, but any account that you are considering copying, or that you have. Go and have a look at your own accounts that you have that are linked to FXBlue, and have a look at those statistics, and that will give you an idea of what kind of risk you are exposing yourself in these various strategies. So as always, I will provide you with links to the linking service, for instance, and any other strategies that may have been mentioned in this video. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio.